Hello everybody, it is me, your health coach Callie, coming to you with another live video and a how-to video on how to do something that's going to really help you to remain healthy and to stay on track. Today's video is all about how to food prep. So when it comes to food prepping, the reason why you do it is because you want to be prepared. I was talking to one of my clients the other day about preparation being key, especially when you are going on a new healthy lifestyle journey, because it's going to be easy for you to revert back to your old habits when you don't have a plan, when you're not prepared. So that's why you see bodybuilders and people that compete, they're always talking about food prep. Food prep is not just for people that are in competition, but food prep is for everyday people like me and you. And again, the reason is because if we don't prepare to be successful, then basically we're not preparing for anything and we're preparing to fail. So I don't want you all to fail. I want you to be successful. So I'm going to show you what I do when it comes to food prepping. So one of my favorite ways to food prep, and the easiest way, because we all have our busy lifestyles, right? One of the easiest ways is to do it in one of these like toaster ovens. So I have a Ninja toaster oven. You guys probably can't see it, but there's my little Ninja toaster oven. And I prepare everything in the little broiler pan. You can do the same thing in your air fryer. So one of the things that I'm going to prepare tonight is asparagus. So I'm going to cut up the asparagus, and I'm also going to prepare some barbecue tofu. Yum, yum. And so basically, you're going to prepare enough for at least a few days, Now for me, I don't mind food, especially if it tastes really good. It may go for 5 days, but if you're one of those people that needs variety in your life and you want to try some new things, then you can just do it for like 3 days. Do enough for 3 days. And the other thing about food prepping is to make sure that you do it on a day that you're not as busy. So go to the grocery store maybe on Saturday or Friday night after work, and then prepare your food on Sunday. You don't even necessarily have to prepare it 100%, so you don't have to necessarily put it in your toaster oven or your crock pot or your pressure cooker or even a rice cooker if you're making like quinoa or brown rice or something like that. You don't even have to prepare it full out, but you can prep it by putting your seasoning on it and just making it ready. So all you have to do is either throw it in the toaster oven or bake it in the oven. So I'm going to cut up these asparagus. I love asparagus, and asparagus is actually a free food. It is very, very good for us, and it's also a protein source, believe it or not. And asparagus is considered a cruciferous vegetable, which means it's going to give us a lot of fiber, and it's going to help us to feel fuller longer. And you're probably wondering, like, who likes asparagus? For asparagus, just like anything else, it's all about what you put on it. All right, so I'm just gonna cut these up, and I'm gonna put them to the side, and I'm gonna spread them out here on my tray. And you can do this for your family as well, because it just kind of takes the pressure off of you. Then when you get home from work, you don't have to worry about what am I gonna eat. You don't have to worry about what am I gonna eat at lunchtime, because when we have to think about what we're gonna eat and we're used to doing something over and over again that's not as healthy, like grabbing something from, the local fast food restaurant, or grabbing some snack that we know is not good for us from the vending machine, that's when we get in trouble. And I want to help you all to be successful. So I'm just going to cut up my tofu in cubes. Maybe I'll do a how to prepare tofu video, because I'm not that great at tofu, but I'm much better than what I was before, that's for sure. So with tofu, it's just made from soybeans, essentially. It's top of the Asian cuisine food chain, that's for sure. So I'm going to cut these up in cubes. And the key to cooking anything that is vegan or plant-based is to season it. You just have to put as much love into preparing your plant-based food as you would anything else. So I'm going to lay these cubes down. They kind of look like a little, I don't know, tofu strip. So I'm going to lay these cubes down on my tray. And if you're making this for multiple people, then you may have to do this, 2 or 3 times. And then I'm just gonna season everything. So I'm gonna put some poultry seasoning on my tofu. If you feel like you need something that tastes like chicken, I'm gonna put some poultry seasoning on the tofu. See, it's like a one-stop shop, because you can put everything on the same pan. And then I'm going to use what we talked about earlier, the Perfect Seasoning by Goya, which I love. I'm gonna put that on my asparagus. There's no salt in this, so you don't have to worry about that. And this also doesn't have MSG in it. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit on my tofu as well, because again, the key to having something really, really tasty is to season it. I'm gonna put some black pepper on my asparagus, give it a little kick. And then I'm gonna use some paprika on our tofu as well. All right, and you can also marinate your tofu overnight in your spices, or if you're making your own marinade, you can marinate it overnight, basically. Because when you marinate it overnight, then the seasoning gets all in the tofu really, really well. You should marinate it for at least 24 hours. And you can marinate it in a glass container or mason jar or something like that. All right, so I've got all of this prepared. I'm just gonna set this to the side. As you can see here, that's how it looks. I'm gonna actually mix up my asparagus a little bit. And you can do this with broccoli. You can do the same thing with cauliflower. And I'm gonna roast this for about 20 minutes, because in one of these roasters, or this is actually is an air fryer, a roaster, and a dehydrator. Let's see, what else does it do? Does it do air broil as well, all in one, which I also love. So I'm gonna mix that up a little bit. And then I'm just gonna throw it in the toaster oven for about 20 minutes. Whew, that pepper got to me. All right, so once you put it in the toaster oven and then you take it out, you're gonna have your glass container. Glass containers are important because you can take this out of the refrigerator after you portion out your food. That's the other thing, make sure you portion out your food appropriately. After you portion out your food and you put it in a glass container, you put this in the refrigerator. Of course, you seal it with your top, and then you can take it directly from the refrigerator, directly into the toaster oven to warm it up tomorrow, or directly into a regular oven to warm it up, because then you don't have to worry about how am I going to warm it up. I got to transfer it to another container and all that kind of stuff if you put it in plastic. Plus, glass is much better for you. All right, so then I'm going to put this in my toaster oven. Yum, yum. And I'm going to let that cook for about 20 minutes. And like I said, once that is done, I'll let it cool off. I'll take it out, portion it out. Use 5 of these if you're going to do it for 5 days, or 3 of them if you're going to do it for 3 days. And then that is my preparation for the week. Now, if you're going to prepare quinoa or brown rice, which are going to be better for you, quinoa definitely better for you, because quinoa actually is a great source of protein. You can make quinoa in your rice cooker, or you can even put it in your pressure cooker and make a lot of it to last you for the entire 3 to 5 days. So that is our video on how to food prep, and I hope you all are doing amazing and staying and sticking to your goals. You know, your heart health and just your entire health completely matters, and what we put in our mouths definitely makes a difference in terms of the trajectory of how we live, how well we live, and our quality of life as we get older. All right, age, it does not automatically happen where you turn a certain age and now everything falls apart. It starts to fall apart because of the things that we're not giving ourselves in terms of nutrients. So lots of great vegetables is important. Eating fruit is important, because all of these are what I consider nature, God's food that he created for us to be healthy and well and create an alkaline experience in our body, reduce inflammation. And so the more of that you can have, the better off you're going to be, the better you're going to feel, and not be on a bunch of medications as you get older. Be able to travel, be able to, run around with your grandchildren. Whatever it is that you want to do, you'll have a better and higher quality of life. So that's my tip on food prepping from Coach Callie. And again, you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.